So, yeah, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Tuesday, the 7th of October. So, we're starting out with a few more longs coming back into the market. Nothing too crazy, but we've gone from 64%, sorry, yeah, 64% short. I don't know why I'm getting tongue tied so early. I literally just woke up to 61. So, nothing too crazy, but there are a small amount of longs coming back into the market. Again, we're still wildly short on all time frames, so nothing really to worry about. We're back at support, and yeah, nothing really else to say there. In terms of liquidity, might have to go slightly lower time frame, just in the local stuff. Yeah, we built a little bit above us, above that new all-time high that we made. Oh, new all-time high at 126.3 ish. There's a little bit above, but there is a lot of stuff below us. If we start breaking this level where we are right now and the 122.5, there is a lot of liquidity below us that we could start hunting all the way down to 118k, where there is a nice pocket that hopefully we should hold. Apart from that, no new changes. 122.5 again, area of interest. We do have some orders stacking in above us. 122.7, 122.8 in that area. That's also where the hourly volume node comes in. 122.3, 122.4 ish. So that's definitely an area that we are looking to hold. Apart from that, not really anything for the data. Again, I'll just reiterate, we got some some data, some Fed officials speaking. Do you know what? Let me just check that again. It was tomorrow. Yeah, so tomorrow when market opens, there's going to be some data, some minor stuff. FOMC's tomorrow as well in the afternoon, and then Powell will be speaking 1 hour before the market opens on Thursday. So watch out for that. Will it be? Hold on. Federal, yeah. So that's all really you got to look out for today. And apart from that, it's plain sailing. So yeah. More work. Are you busy with work, mate? That's good. It's good to be busy at this time. I've been staying up way too late, so I've been waking up way too late. So yeah, let's start off with. I guess we'll start off with ETH. We are getting into a potential area of resistance, just around this daily high that we have hit. This is also the daily combination band as well. And if we just go to the 12-hour, let's just check if we've taken any liquidations here. We have taken a little bit of liquidations, and we are in a dead zone. So this is an area, again, where you might expect a little bit of pullback. We're super overcooked on the oscillator as well. Again, you have to see some breakdowns before. We are seeing some local breakdown on the 1 hour. So we've some local trend change. We're below the daily open. We have a new lower low, and we have a new lower high. So we could just be in for a slight pullback down to here, or maybe the weekly. But apart from that, nothing too crazy. And you're expecting this to hold, basically, on ETH. So, yeah, I might catch a little long if we do come back down into there. Again, September, we have some high leverage below September. We could wick into that stuff. I don't really want to do it because then we lose these lows here and we lose the weekly open. And then it kind of looks like we're, doing this and then get a close and doing that. And then we might come all the way back down here. But as of right now, we need to lose the weekly open and this low that we put in on ETH at 4485-ish. So apart from that, it's looking pretty good. And excuse me for yawning. I might stack some bids in here just for the retest. And even if it does start to roll over, it will come up for another retest where we're basically going to fail from if we do get back down to the weekly open, and you can get out there anyway. So definitely a potential little trade there. Full moon has printed quite nicely, so we might get a bit of a pullback and then a one more. But yeah, it's looking pretty good. got some volume coming in on the volume delta here, just around the weekly open. So again, you're expecting this to hold on ETH and potentially go a little bit higher all the way to, damn, we're really near the all-time high at 5K. So we have got daily close above this blue line, I believe is the weekly all-time high swing. We really want to make some closes above this level before the end of the week on ETH to invalidate the downside. We do have a bullish engulfing weekly candle, which is nice. So apart from that, if we can get a close above here, it's going to be looking really good. So, yeah. Bitcoin, again, still looks great. No sign of showing down. We are widely divergent on the daily time frame, of course. But we have closed the weekly, the daily candle above here, and we're currently backtesting the weekly open, which is also that level. So again, looks really good. Can't really knock it. Weekly also looks good. Obviously we're extremely divergent, but yeah, doesn't really mean anything until we start breaking some levels. The big one to watch, of course, is I think, what was it on the 4 hour? Well, obviously the weekly open we've got here, but the big node is at 122.5, so this one as well. So if we start coming down here, maybe we close a candle below here, then yeah, we might do a bearish retest of the weekly open, and maybe even the daily. But until then, still looking up. Let's just have a look at the liquidations near us. Yeah. I just take a little sip of tea. Yeah, so we've got some stuff around 122.5 actually. We've got some high leverage stuff there. And we've got a little bit of stuff above us as well. So watch this. Watch the long to short ratio. It does feel like it's stalling out a little bit. We could do another weaker high and then, you know, start like doing that. It's possible, but until we start to see 50-50 on the long to short ratio or we see some actual breaks, still look for more upside in the chart. It looks good though. ETH Bitcoin starting to break out actually. We made a new high, which is nice. Let me just take the liquidations off. Damn. Yeah, starting to change its trend actually. We've got a defined low, we've got a higher low, higher high here. Definitely a breakout of the structure from when we did that. This is the retest. Super nice to open the weekly down there, and now we're making another higher high, which is good. So good for alts, very good for alts. Definitely something that we should be keeping our eyes on. So a couple things. Solana looks like it's stalling out a little bit. Excuse me. I just need to yawn. Currently on its weekly open. So let's just have a look at this. Yeah, we're on its weekly open. A little bit of high leverage stuff below us. Let's have a look at this hourly. Hourly, again. Yeah, it doesn't look too bad on Solana. We have these lows down here, which is untested. This is also overlapping support. And that barely closes a higher high. So we are still in some sort of uptrend with this low being intact. This is a higher high. This is a higher low. This is a slight higher high as well. So still in a bit of an uptrend on Solana. We're actually finding support in the weekly open as well, which might be... Could have been a semi-decent bid, but I don't think I'll do anything until we get down to here. And then hopefully we can break back above the weekly open and go for like new highs. But Solana for me, it's looking a little bit boring just because I have this bearish Stuba on. And, you know, I do think Solana has largely finished its move. I mean, these charts are quite similar. I do think it's largely finished its move, and also we are just getting into that like resistance up here, where the Stuba would be from this lower low. So Yeah, I do have some sell orders like stacked from 150 just slightly above, like around there, just for my spot. And apart from that, what I would like to see on this for potentially more upside is a stab up and then a full retrace back down to Q4. That like, yeah. So if we can get a close like above here and then come and do a retrace and do a higher low from like the Q4, then that would be good for the structure. But apart from this, it still looks a little bit, it just looks a little bit rough. And it looks like it's stalling out here anyway. But again, more room to run, not divergent, actually hidden ball on the daily as well. And a lot of liquidations above us. So we could go for this big pocket in between 240 and 260. And then basically come down and do a full retest. But yeah, I'm not really interested in trading Solana at the moment because I do think there are better setups. So yeah, I just had a look at it because it's like the third biggest coin. Yeah, Filecoin's still looking quite good. I think I did take all of my long up here. The reason for that is we're in the 4-hour combination band. We're getting a double reversal on the September level. And I think we took a bit of liquidations here as well. Yeah, so we just got into a little bit of a dead zone around September. We've got some high leverage stuff just below us that would look like we are going to potentially come and take. Again, if we can hold this low on the weekly open, I'll rebid that on Filecoin again. So I bid here, sold here, bid here, sold here and here. I'm going to bid here again until the structure breaks. I mean, it just looks like it wants to squeeze up and then potentially go all the way up to the yearly open. So yeah, it's looking quite good on Filecoin, and this thing really does give you good moves. So even if you caught the October Q4 retest just up to here, that's 20% move. Up to September, yeah, again, similar, 20% move. But yeah, it's good. We might just be in for a little bit of a pullback here. If we can gain September, so basically come up to here, around here, and do a close above here, then yeah, you're basically just looking for this structure that we're building here that's going to gain to hold and then go to Q4. But yeah, it looks really good. I'm really happy with it. And yeah, I think this is going to be really, really nice to trade on the way up just because it has been trading quite organically here. So close above, retest here, really nice long, close above, like retest here, close above, you know, like it's just good. It kind of reminds me of Popcat a little bit. So saying that, let's actually have a look at Popcat. I want to get a fresh chart out though. That's not a fresh chart. Binance. So yeah, Popcat's an interesting one. We have retested this level, this high of this swing quite nicely, and we are holding it. So as long as we can hold, again, the weekly open, which might be potentially a good bid, even though we do have a lower high on the 4-hour as of right now. I don't see that why this can't go a little bit further up, just into. So again, this is more of like a calculated risk, this trade, and it's gonna obviously depend on if we hold the low. Do we actually do a sneaky close above? Not really. It's gonna depend if we hold this this weekly open to this low where all this like overlapping support is. And even if we do sort of like get some closes below this structure, it might be worth just a ping up bid and then a lower high, and then we might roll over back down into Q4, which would also be fine. I would also be happy to bid it as well. But yeah, it looks quite interesting. In terms of liquidations, we do have some stuff below here. So if we do break the structure, come down, take that, it might ping back up. But I'm not really looking to trade it like that, to be honest. I'm looking for hold here. Okay, if we don't hold, I'll go out and then try again down here. Anyway, one thing that I was looking at was Ina. Someone said Ina yesterday in Zeus's stream. So again, we've taken this high leverage liquidations on this low, which is nice. We have some stuff above us in place into the resistance, which is also quite nice. So far, the structure is a little bit downtrendy, but it kind of looks like a bull flag back down into support. So I'm not really too worried about it that much. I'm not going to go crazy heavy with this trade just because it's not the thing that is looking the best. But in general, if we can sort of like hold this low, so basically where we tested, basically the weekly open, then yeah. So I think I did get a bid hit just around, let's put a rectangle on it, this area. And yeah, it's kind of just a little bit of a scalp, if I'm honest, which is nice. If we get back up to daily open, I'll take some profit. And yeah, the stop's going to be below here, so I don't really want to take too much risk on this. It's not like a full position size as well. It's slightly higher leverage with slightly less position size and less risk, just because I wanted to catch the weekly open here. But yeah, I do have a bid on Ina, which has got hit, I think. Another thing that I was looking at was, what was it? I think it was render. So I need to check my accounts before I trade. Render. USDTP. Wait. Oh, I put Redna. Lol. Let's go on the Blowfin chart. So yeah, another thing that's kind of done an SR flip. Call it around here. This is what you want to hold. I have bid the weekly open just where we are in case of its holding. But I do actually kind of revise that and think that maybe a Q2 retest and then a regain might be a little bit better. But as of right now, I would say that this local structure is not too bad because you do have a higher high here and a higher low here. So what does that mean? You can obviously do this. And yeah, we got a wick right into the weekly open, right into the stupid pocket. So I did have some orders set around the weekly open just on render. So that also has been hit quite nicely. So again, if we come up to the daily opens, I will be de-risking these trades and then letting the rest run, hopefully. And then if we roll back over into the Q4, again, I'll bid that again to the long side. So yeah, pretty defined setups this week. And that's pretty much what I've been doing. Apart from that, yeah, this AVAX trade has been stopped out now. For sure. And this just looks like it's kind of like starting to roll over. The only reason I took this was because we were holding quite nicely here. And I was just waiting for it to have maybe a little bit of a pop. Didn't really happen. Took like minus 5% or something. Wait, what actually did I take? On 3x, about 6 point something percent. So nothing too crazy here. Amicable risk for me. And yeah, it does look like it's struggling, AVAX. So I think we'll just wait for a little bit lower. There is a good SR flip here that we don't want to lose this low, where we do have some overlapping support. Combination bands just below. Liquidations just below as well. This is a little bit more sketchy to trade though, so I'd be kind of waiting for something a little bit more defined. on AVAX. Yeah, what else? Injective. Also would like to get a fresh chart on this. Let's do buy bit spot. No. XE spot. Okay, cool. So again, quite similar thing with Injective. We've had a nice SR flip here. I could draw a box, but nice SR flip here. That's kind of exactly what you want to see. Flip on the liquidations. You've got a little bit at the lows. But in general, you want to hold this weekly open where you are right now. Definitely potentially okay for a bid. On the hourly time frame, yeah, again, whoops, whoa, what just happened there? Again, this is kind of your area that you want to hold. Start making some closes below here, it starts to look a little bit bad. But in general, even if we sort of like do break the weekly open and underside retest it, you could take a little breakout short just down to the Q4, which would be another long zone pretty much. But it is tested here. So I'm kind of looking for this to bounce up to the top. Regarded Bitcoin can not dump. But Bitcoin looks fine as of right now, so I think this doesn't look too bad either. We've got the hourly combination band coming down there, which is going to be a little bit of support. We don't really have that many liquidations, so we did just take the high leverage stuff here, which is why I'm kind of leaning more towards the upside on this at the moment. But yeah, there's some high leverage stuff in between March and August, actually, if you can just see it right there. So yeah, I think I might have bid this. I'm not sure. I'll have to check. What else? Let's just take that off. Let's delete some of this. Okay, I'll leave the rest on. So Pepe is actually a nice one here because we have done a new close above this high. Well, what's going on, bro, with my charts? We have done a new sneaky close above. So this is good. The reason why this is good because we're coming back down to support to potentially put in a higher low from here. So again, what you can just do is, you know, the usual. Okay, this is kind of very similar to, I think it was Render, where the 886 to 786 came in just either side of the weekly open. And yeah, I'm also quite happy to bid this, to be honest. But yeah, we don't want to see any 4-hour closes below, I mean, really 9.7, but yeah. Let's just call it 4.7, just for simplicity's sake. But yeah, definitely something that could be worth it just because, okay, from the weekly open to the low at 4.7, it's less than 1%. So this is really something that I kind of look for in trades where the bidding zone's quite small, relatively small, about 0.75%. From the 786 to the low, it's about 1%. And then you could have even like 1.5% your stop. And then obviously like ladder slightly harder down towards the 886. So then you get a nice entry price and the risk is fine. So stuff like that, I'm so happy to take stop losses on because it's just not that deep. It's just really not that deep if you get stopped. Like you have a defined low with big support in here and you have a new high. So just don't even think about it too much. But of course, run a stop. Because if we do drop this level here, I know there's way too many stuff on. Let me take that off. If we do drop that level here, then where are you going to go? Obviously down to the Q4, which is also going to be a giggle zone here. And that's probably just going to be, again, that. So we'll find a dandy. Let me have a sip of tea. mouth's spare dry. But yeah, this is looking good. This is probably one of the best things that I'm looking at. I was talking about this last Friday. So what actually happened last Friday? Yeah, probably around here. And then we actually did a retest of the low and a higher low and a higher high so far. So still looking good. And if you bid this area every time, you've basically had a pop off. Every time, pop. Next time, hopefully we're going to have a pop. Even if it's just a daily open, then that will be 4.5%. And you're looking at like 1 to 1.5% stop. So it's fine. Anyway, that's enough on this. Let's move on to something else. Doge still looks fine. This actually looks really good. Let's just check the hourly. Again, this has got a new high, so you know what you can do. Bang. 886 comes in around the weekly open. Whoops. Let's just check where the liquidations are. Liquidations. Let's go to 4 hour actually. Okay, nothing below this low. It's all a little bit lower or a little bit higher. So again, this is still in an uptrend, and you have this liquidity above us that potentially could get squeezed. So if you hold this weekly open or this stupid pocket, you're basically looking to come up into this area. Again, as always, lose this low and you're going to go back down here, back down to the base where we have this big pumpy 4 hour candle on a lot of stuff. Down near the down near the Q4. Bro, I'm speaking really weird today. I need to slow down. Okay. Oh yeah, another thing that I did want to talk about was hype. So let's take all this off. So I do have this Stuba set on hype. This is a low that's tested also. And we are coming down into the 4 hour combination band, which is in the Stuba pocket. So I quite like this. I do have some orders set. And also we do have the overlapping support as well around September. So if we do come back down here, it's definitely going to be a bid. And I'm just going to have some light orders around the Q4 with some heavier ones in this overlapping support where the 886 is and the low around September. And yeah, hopefully we can, you know, we're probably going to bearish retest daily open and come back down. Then we might, you know, do something like that. And then hopefully we get like that and then come back up. So yeah, I do have some orders laddered in as well on the hype, which are yet to be hit. So apart from that, I think that is it for me. Let me just leave the 1 minute Bitcoin chart on just while I check if I do have any orders that I did set on my exchanges, while I ask you guys, what are you looking at trading or what are you in a trade on that I can help with. So let me just check if I did set any other orders that I can tell you about yesterday. Let me just check that I'm not recording my screen. Yeah, fine, cool. So yeah, slam the chat in at the moment. So I'm in a trade on ENA. I'm in Render. ENA and Render's the new ones. Pepe's looking good. Already went through those. No changes on the hyperliquid. Ooh, Per is actually coming down a little bit. So I did talk about Per yesterday on my what I'm doing for this. And yes, it's very, very simple. I'll just reiterate it. I've got orders stacked from September all the way down to the 886, down to the low. So yeah, if we kind of like keep sliding down, which kind of looks like it. I'm going to reload here, and then all of my cells are up here around the yellow open. Very, very simple trading to this chart. You don't even need like auto charting tools on this because there's just too many levels. It's just way too many levels on this. So yeah, I just prefer to look at it like this. What else? Oh, Asta. I haven't talked about Asta today. Quickly. Let's take that off. Let's put auto charting tools on. Yeah, I'm looking for. I sold my trade off in this resistance somewhere around here or something. I don't know. And we do have some hourly hittable and some trend change, but we have kind of dropped this low as of right now. Well, let me just put on kind of here. No. Ray, please, sir. Like this swing here. So we have dropped that, which was supporting us. I'm expecting, well, I want this to come back down to the weekly open where I did long it before, so I can just reload. So again, I longed it here, took all my profit here, and I've just restacked my longs around the weekly open. And that's about it for me. Very dense little half an hour of information, but that's kind of how I like to do it. And apart from that, there's probably a lot of other good opportunities out there as well. So, I mean, I was looking at Bonk. No, that's not the right one. That is sets. Yeah, so I was looking at Bonk here on this SR flip. And I managed to catch like 10% of my long. So it's pretty annoying. I do have a trade on, but it's like not that much margin at all. So, but again, this is also looking potentially quite good because we do have a new high here and we do have a defined low now with the weekly open and a lot of support there. So you can just go to the hourly, and again, you know what I'm gonna do. Yeah, just. So yeah, apart from that, let me just close that down and check the chat. XPL I'm looking at. Everyone's looking at XPL nowadays. XPL perpetual 4 hour. Ooh, yes, I can see why you're looking at this actually. So first of all, let's put on that. And let's just go to the hourly. Yeah, local trend change, back up at the big resistance. This is a big resistance that you want to break for higher. I would say that is literally just there, but I'm going to just leave it because the 618's there. And the daily open to exemplify it. Yeah, this looks interesting for me as well. You set a new high, define low. Yeah, this looks good. So you could potentially short this. Not that I'm saying that I am going to, but a bearish retest of this just for general charting purposes means that you're probably going to go a little bit further because you have locally broken down here, and it obviously is resistance. Obviously, gain daily open, you're probably going to go higher. Fine. Right now, it kind of looks like it wants to do that. Could see a reaction of the weekly open, but yeah, I think this also looks very good. This I like. I do like it. Now, with something like this, I don't have liquidations on. This is a massive volume area. Yeah, I like this. I really do like it. This is nice. So I think you can see a little bit of a bounce here, and then hopefully come back down into the weekly open. If you lose the weekly open, it's not really a big deal. The kind of weekly open's just there. Like, it's not really doing too much. It's more this stuff that you don't want to lose now. So I would definitely be setting some bids in here just in case we do come back down there. Other than that, I'll be watching the weekly open for a reaction. That looks good though. I like that. I might even just like set some limits down here just in case. Like, if I see something like this and I have some like capital just like left, obviously you should have cash. I might just like put some limits in just in case, because also if I'm on like 3x, I'm trying to limit there. Okay, well, yeah, the risk is a little bit crazy, but it's okay for me. I like that though. That looks good. It's a nice looking chart. We actually came down to this high as well, and you can see here that we deviated below it and then did the breakout retest. That retest here was the one that set us to this high, and then we're gonna come do the retest of the retest basically, and then hopefully it's gonna fly off. That looks good. That looks good. From what I heard, a ton of Asta whales flipping into XPL loaded up when it bottomed, so big volume down there for support. Yeah, and that is also exemplified in this. So I'm with you on that one. 100%. 100% feel you. Was it BK? You're asking me for Friday plays. Did you take my Fartcoin Friday play? Because that was really good. I got really good profit out of that trade literally over the weekend. But yeah, apart from that, I didn't. Oh, it was the easiest trade, bro. It was such an easy trade. I'm pretty sure I said 3, and Pepe didn't really do much, but Farcoin just blasted off. Yeah, Farcoin's, it's got a special place in my heart, kind of like Popcat, just because I feel like they trade really organically. And yeah, they go a lot further or a lot higher than you think. So for example, like Farcoin has gone and like tested all the way down here, which to be fair is kind of what it should do. Like, these are all untested levels, now they're tested. Anyway, it trades very nicely is what I'm trying to say. Oh yeah, your competition. How'd that go, bro? So Friday I was running around. Yeah, you just need like a little easy, just a little easy kiss. But I do think the best looking thing is probably Pepe, and then maybe XPL. I do like that XPL. That's a really good chart. Something that I've seen today. But yeah, those are things I've got my eye on at the moment. And yeah, like, we're in a bull market, guys. Don't be scared to, you know, long the retests. If the retest does slightly low, just set your stop, try again. You'll catch it at some point, unless we start doing some really nasty shit. But I don't think this move is done, just because there's still more shorts in the market. Bitcoin could still do a little bit more steam. And when it does stop, it doesn't mean that it's going to just do like this instantly. Like, it could just do this and then, you know, like do this and then come back up and then do this. Maybe it takes like a week or two, and alts will probably pop off, just because how we've seen ETH Bitcoin potentially breaking out from here. So yeah, it's looking pretty good, guys. And we would like to see Bitcoin Dom, yeah, start to fail here as well. Apart from that, SPX all-time highs, Nasdaq all-time highs, Dixie still doing fuck all, VIX still doing fuck all. Everything is great. Everything is amazing, actually. I think we're in a really good spot. We're in a perfect storm for everything. actually. So yeah, last but not least, where is something I did? What else did I look at? Yeah, I don't really have anything else specifically to say, but for example, on sushi, it's kind of just like the similar playbook with everything. You've got this low here that you don't want to lose. It's around the weekly open. If you have a coin with a fresh new high, yesterday on Monday, what you're looking for is a bearish retest of the daily open and then a bullish retest of the weekly to potentially go higher into the pocket above. And with that, I will end the recording just to keep it short.